don't feel like editing all the times I mispronounce chosen, or chosen or whatever. Hello, this is Stardom Star. Today we'll be talking about Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage, or Project Sekai as everyone else calls it. The public beta test for the English version just closed last week, and as someone who has never played the Japanese version nor has read much about the story, I have some thoughts. And you know a good way to express those kinds of thoughts? By doing tier lists. So first, I'll be ranking the main characters of the game, and then I'll be ranking the songs that were included in the beta. The character ranking portion comes from a really scuffed livestream I did to bid farewell to the open beta. Because of that, I might be a little hard to hear at times, but I did tinker with the audio a bit to make my voice easier to hear. So without further ado, here's the character ranking. So this is Ena Shinonome, and I'm gonna put her in the 4th tier. I don't know her too well. What else can I say? It's like, I'm very surprised that a character like her, like very obsessed with social media and all things trendy, is like hanging out with these 3 other antisocial individuals. But yeah. And then this one is Kanade Yoisaki. And I'll put her in Seems Cool. Tragic backstory. I appreciate her mission to like try to spread the joy that she was never able to feel. And then this one is Mafuyu Asahina. And I'll also put her in Seems Cool. I feel like I would have put her in Don't Know Too Well if it weren't for like that bombshell she dropped in like the second to last and like the 4th chapter, I believe, where she was like, "Your music saved me." And Kanade was like, oh wow. This is Mizuki Akiyama, and I'm gonna put them in Don't Know Too Well. I just know that they're an animator and that they're hiding a big secret. So this is Honami Mochizuki, and I'm gonna put her in Got Off on the Wrong Foot, because the way that she ignored Saki coming back really rubbed me the wrong way, and I use a very nice wording for this last bottom tier section, because what I know is not positive, what I know about her is not positive, but I know that she gets better and that they're gonna show us like why she's like this. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just very disappointed with her behavior. And this next one is Ichika Hoshino, and I'm gonna put her in Seems Cool. No, I'm gonna put her in I Like Him. I'm rooting for her to reunite with her other friends, with the other 2 friends who have been holding out for reasons that I don't quite know yet. And then I'm gonna put this next one is Saki Tenma in Favorite, Oshi tier. She's so positive, I love her. Okay, popping back in here like this because I didn't like what I originally said about Saki during the live stream. I like Saki as a character because of her backstory and how genuinely happy she seems to be able to live her life to the fullest again. And I'm rooting for her and Ichika to reunite with their other 2 friends. I really don't want to see her get sad because of the situation, but I'm wondering if there might be a lesson or an Aesop there if she does get sad. Okay, let's get back to the show. This last one is Shiho Hinomori, and I'll put her in Don't Know Too Well. The reason why she's a tier higher than Honami is because she clearly has issues. But am I really sure like what those issues are? So we need to know those issues before I can decide whether she just seems cool or if I like her. I'm gonna... Oh, the dog. I'm gonna put Airi Momoi in Seems Cool. Or maybe Don't Know Too Well. Somewhere between. I'll put her in Seems Cool. She got off on the wrong foot for me, but then like they showed enough of her character in like the last 2 episodes available, where it's like, oh, okay, she's gonna be that kind of like snarky, but also like friendly-ish kind of person, or I guess they use tsundere as the term to describe her. I can tell that her experience in the idol industry has shaped her into the way she is. Here is Haruka Kiritani. And I'm gonna put her in, seems cool. I mean, she's a very nice person. I like how she treats, Minori with respect. I mean, that's all I can say. I like her vibe so far. And I'm looking forward to hearing about why she quit the idol industry. And this next girl is Minori Hanasato. And I'm gonna put her... she's in between I like her and seems cool tier. Just because... I feel like I need to know more about her before I can put her in I like her tier. But I'll just put her in seems cool for now. I like her determination, I like her spirit. Man, all of the more and more jump girls are just gonna be in seems cool tier. So yeah, this is Shizuku Hinomori. Seems cool, and it's very interesting to see how she's been navigating being like the center of attention and not necessarily wanting that attention, and also earning scorn from her peers. She's obviously going to quit that group. I can't wait to see how that breaking point turns out for her. So, starting off with Akito. Moving on. This next one is Shiraishi. And I'm going to put her in seems cool. Yeah, seems cool. This next one is Kohane Azusawa, and I'm gonna put her in I like her. Just because she's like the underdog. I love a good underdog, and I want to root for her. I want to root for her to find herself and overcome whatever fears she has. But anyways, this next one is Toya Aoyagi, and I'm gonna put him in Don't Know Too Well, because I don't know him too well. I just know that he's this guy's friend, but like he's more mature, and I mistook him for Kaito. Oh, speaking of Kaito. So this is Amu Otori, and we're gonna put her in the favorite category because she's just I love her so much. She's chaotic. She's even more of a ball of sunshine than Saki is, and she just has those qualities that makes you want to like root for her. This next one is Nene Kusanagi, and I'm gonna put her in Don't Know Too Well category because we only saw her once in the 5 introduction chapters for Wonderlands Showtime that are available in the demo. So I don't know a lot about her. She seems very nice. She seems like the black sheep of the group because she's very like low energy compared to everyone and their chaoticness. She probably is like the one sane person in the group. I don't know, that's just me speculating. This next fella is Rui Kamishiro, and I'm gonna put him in I like him territory. He's not my favorite because of a creepy incident. Like besides that, like he's a social outcast, and he's very like knowledgeable about technology and stuff, and I just love his chaotic energy, that chaotic energy he brought in his introduction. And now this last guy is Tsukasa Tenma, and I'm gonna put him in Oshi, fave tier, because he reminds me of those Queen Bee characters that we love to hate and that we secretly root for. I just love that for him. I love that for Tsukasa. And I'm also looking forward to seeing how they're gonna knock him down a peg, like when the mascot thought he kidnapped Emu. I had mixed feelings about that moment, but he needs to be humbled a bit. But at the same time, I just love his Queen Bee villain energy. But he's the protagonist of his story, and I'm looking forward to seeing like the rest of it. And the rest that remain are just the virtual singers. It's like, I don't think they're going to be as developed as the rest of the characters, I guess, because like they want us to project what we think about them onto them and stuff like that. But I mean they all I like all the virtual singers. But Kaito is my number one fave just because he feels like the underdog to me, and Out of the 6 of them, he feels like the underdog, and I like a good underdog. After that stream, I did the song ranking. Now, I didn't rank them based on my opinion of those songs, but rather how often people chose them, or how often I thought people were choosing them. Before doing the actual ranking, I divided the songs into 2 categories. Songs that were there at launch, and others that were added in afterwards. The available at launch category was just there as a placeholder, so I could separate them better from the rest of the songs in that tier maker that were not in the beta at all. However, the not available at launch category that I made will serve as an actual tier, since most of the songs in there had to be redeemed in the in-game music store, so their absence might be excused that way. Also, I want to say that the most extreme tier that I put, I Am Tired of Her Ass, does not mean that I dislike the song in any way, I just wanted to be funny with that name. What it really means is that any serotonin that the song might have given me has been squeezed dry because of how often people kept choosing it in lobbies. Okay, now that all that's been settled, let's begin! I'm gonna put this into every rotation. Because it's so catchy, of course I would remember whenever they play the song. I think I'll also put this into every rotation. At the start, I would have put this in, this song was in the game, but then as time went on, they started playing this song more often. I'll put this into Pops Up every now and then. It's such a long song, I feel like that's why people don't really choose that one often, I guess. I'm gonna put this one into That Song Was in the Game. They even performed it at a concert, but I don't remember what it sounds like. This is how much of a noob I am to the Vocaloid, the virtual singer space, I should say. I am also gonna put this... I think I'm gonna put this into Pops Up every now and then. I don't remember what it sounds like, but I feel like it does pop up every now and then. I remember that cover well. I'll also put this into Pops Up every now and then. I think people chose it more often when it was like just the base game songs, or there's just like 1 or 2 songs from the shop. But as time went on, it started appearing less and less. I'm gonna put this into heavy rotation because I do remember coming across that song very, very often. I'm gonna put this in, this song was in the game, but really, I don't remember people really choosing that song at all. I'm gonna put this into heavy rotation. People really like that song. I'm gonna put this one into Pops Up every now and then. No, I'm gonna put this one into heavy rotation. Because people like to be evil with that song. I'm gonna put this one into This Song Was in the Game, because I don't think anyone has ever chosen this song in a multiplayer live. Maybe once or twice, but no. I feel like it's pretty rare. I'm gonna put this into heavy rotation. It could very well go into I'm Tired of Her Ass, but I'm not quite tired of her ass yet. But it was getting there. It was getting very close to... No, I'm gonna put it into I'm Tired of Her Ass. I like this song, but people chose it just often enough for it to go into this tier. I'm also gonna put this one into I Am Tired of Her Ass because I am legitimately tired of her ass. And I'm also gonna put this one into I'm Tired of Her Ass because I'm also super legitimately tired of her ass. Now this one, I'm gonna put into Pops Up every now and then. I actually don't remember coming across it that often in multiplayer shows. It's one of the only Kaito songs. Of course I'd remember coming across it. I feel like this could very well go into This Song Was in the Game, but I might just leave this here. Like just barely popped up every now and then. I'm gonna put this into Pops Up every now and then. I feel like at some point it was definitely in the heavy rotation range, but in the last few days before it ended, I don't recall people choosing this song, so I'll leave it here. I'm gonna put this in I'm Tired of Her Ass. Oof. I'm not sure whether to put this one into heavy rotation or into Pops Up every now and then. It's one of my go-tos. But for now, I think I could put this into pops up every now and then. This one definitely goes into heavy rotation. Ooh. I feel like this could very well go into This Song Was in the Game, but I chose this one a lot doing single lives. I don't know. I'll put this into This Song Was in the Game because I don't think people really chose it very often in multiplayer lives, but I did definitely give it my fair share of love in single player lives. Poor Meiko. I'm putting this one into heavy rotation. It's a very catchy song. Of course I'd remember it being chosen a lot because it's so catchy. I'll put this one into pops up every now and then. I'm also putting this into pops up every now and then. At one point, I could have put this into heavy rotation, but then as other songs got added, I just had to demote it to pops up every now and then. Supposedly, this one could have gone into the heavy rotation range, but I don't think it popped up as often as... Nah, I think I'll put this into the heavy rotation range, just because I have seen people complain that people chose this one a lot. I'm gonna put this into the heavy rotation section, because I've remembered people choosing this a lot at some point. I'm gonna put this one into... pops up every now and then, I guess? I don't know. I mean, I feel like this could also be a contender for This Song Was in the Game. This one, I think this could be a contender for heavy rotation, to be honest. This could either be heavy rotation or pops up every now and then. You know what? Thinking about it, I think I should demote this into This Song Was in the Game. Because I really can't recall people really choosing it like more than once or twice, I guess. And with that, I can get rid of this. I got tired of her ass really quick. I'm gonna put this into heavy rotation. People chose it so often, like I could not believe. From what I can tell, it's a fan favorite, so I guess it's kind of obvious that people would choose it every opportunity they could get. Especially with the beta ending, people started choosing it like there was no tomorrow. I can't put this in I'm Tired of Her Ass quite yet. Like, I feel like if I had one more week, it could have gotten a chance to make it into I'm Tired of Her Ass territory. This one definitely popped up every now and then. And this one, I felt like got into the heavy rotation range. I would say this one pops up every now and then. I wish people chose it more often. It's one of my favorite songs. Ooh. I'm gonna put this one into heavy rotation. This could either go into heavy rotation or I'm Tired of Her Ass, but I'll be generous to this song and put it into the heavy rotation section. It's Hatsune Miku's song. It could have either earned its place into pops up every now and then, or into the heavy rotation category. So I think I'll just put heavy rotation. I'm pretty sure people liked to choose this song a lot, because it's so iconic. I think the last song I'll rank is Viva Happy. I'll put this into pops up every now and then, because it did get a fair amount of play in the short time that it was here. And that is that. I hope y'all liked this video. I really enjoyed the open beta and cannot wait for the real thing to release soon. I cannot wait to see the rest of the story, as well as play songs that were not in the beta. I'd like to stream this game again in the future, but unfortunately at the moment, it's too much of a logistical hassle to set things up properly, so I guess I'll just be enjoying it in my own time. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Ciao, nos vemos, adios, until next time.